This week we're going to take an updated look at corn harvest progress across the U.S. We're also going to take a look at U.S. and South American weather trends as we enter the last week in October. We're going to wrap things up looking at ongoing concerns with weak U.S. export demand for corn. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the last week in October here, and we're wrapping up the corn harvest in many areas. Let's take a look at nationwide progress as of the third week in October. Now we're 59% done nationwide. That compares to 54% last year. Now all those states in green are above the average. So some of those states are at least nearing the last 20 to 25% of the corn harvest. However, there is a geographical divergence when we move into the eastern corn belt. Notice all those states in the red circles are behind the 5-year average. So it looks like we've got the Mississippi River being the dividing point for the most part for above average corn harvest pace and below average. Let's now take a look at the average corn harvested over history. We're looking at 59% done here as of October 22nd. On average, U.S. corn harvested increases approximately 23% between October 22nd and November 5th. So weather permitting, we may be around 80% there as we move into that first week of November. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. Now, it does look like there could be some slowdown in harvest activity later this week. We're looking at the next 7 days here. A lot of colors across that map there. The rainfall is scheduled to start here Tuesday night into Wednesday. We're taping on Tuesday here. Then it's going to migrate, if you will, to the east. And so it looks like those areas are going to be some heavy totals. Let's look at those totals here across the geographical area. We're looking at about 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches of rain between those purple lines here through Sunday of this week. So there is going to be some slowdown in harvest as we move throughout the week. Let's now quantify precip over the next 2 weeks. Now, over the next 2 weeks, you can see a lot of green there, particularly west of the Mississippi River. Most of that is going to be this week in terms of the heaviest precip totals, which will slow down harvest. As we move east, more towards normal amounts. So it looks like it's going to be the heaviest amounts this week and lighter amounts that first week of November. Let's briefly now focus on South America. What we're looking for is trends in Brazil in particular, because we're looking at the soybean planting getting underway. The earlier the soybean planting gets done in Brazil, the earlier the safrinha or double crop corn will get planted in early 24, and vice versa. A late planted bean crop will mean late planted safrinha corn. We're looking here at some precip across that northern Brazil area. Now this is important because Brazil is coming out of the dry season. As they get moisture, they'll be more willing to plant those beans in terms of getting good germination. So they are getting some scattered storms here next week. What that will do is encourage bean planting in a more timely fashion and eventually encourage more timely planting of safrinha corn early in 24. Let's quantify precip over the next 2 weeks in South America. Now again, even though they're getting scattered rain, look at that dark red area in the north, it's still below normal, so it's something to watch here, again, down the road as we focus on corn production in Brazil. Let's now shift gears to export trends here in the U.S. Our unshipped sales chart here continues to show fractionally higher sales this year compared to a year ago. However, corn sales to China, as we've highlighted here, have been virtually non-existent so far this year, as those imports from Brazil have increased markedly. You can see that red bar that we had 2 years ago, especially 2-3 years ago, was much higher than it is this year. So that's been a drag on the corn market. Let's wrap things up this week looking at long-term trends in December corn. And December corn, as we tape here, is trading at $4.85 a bushel. We're nearing the end of the crop insurance pricing period here, so we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to get some positions in place to protect those unpriced 2023 bushels. For reference, our December 24 futures are trading at $5.15 a bushel. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.